I love that the transition speeds are off, speed, neutral, and relax. That's a puzzling behavior, puzzling begin to the game, I guess. Hey everybody, we're checking out Neyyah today. It seems to be a Myst-Like, which you would think would mean that I would have noticed it was coming out, but I literally just noticed it today, the day after it came out, at random. I was just browsing Steam and I'm like, wait a minute, this looks like they put work in, and it's out already? I didn't. Time to drop everything and start playing it immediately, I guess. Okay, whoa. There's some UI going on here. But yeah, if you're new here, I have played all of the Myst games on this channel, and also the other games made by the people that made Myst, Abduction and the other one, Firmament, there we go, and the remake of Riven, which was great, I think last year. Choose your journey mode. Access to maps, traveler's guide, and main goals are available in all journey modes. You can change your journey mode during... What do these things mean? Your access to things are in all... Okay, but I don't know what those things are necessarily. Guided by the Ancients. Guided by the Ancients won't leave you feeling so alone during your journey to Neyyah. Receive new maps and location alerts, as well as pop-up text to help familiars. So, it's like a helpful little thing. Whispers of the Wind. Tutorials won't appear at the start of the game, and you won't be prompted so much during your travels. However, you'll still receive notifications on new locations and map reveals. Traveler's Guide notifications also switched off by default, allowing you to solve Neyyah's mysteries without too much assistance. Okay. Master your own adventure. Devour the complexities of Neyyah at your own pace without any assistance. Get out your pen and paper and take notes in order to build an understanding of Neyyah's world through your own observations and own processes. Allow Neyyah to become your world. This is a moment of trust. First of all, it's a slightly scary thing that none of them are just listed as being like the intended experience of the game. My first reflex is to play the one on the right, because that's how all the Myst games worked. So like, that's just kind of how the genre tends to work and how you kind of hope for a puzzle game to work. But the fact that they wrote a bunch of tutorial wow, I said that really weird. The fact that they made a bunch of tutorial things and hints and stuff, and then also seemingly encourage you to use them in 2 out of 3 options, makes this kind of mode scary, because what if it's just not that well done? But yeah, the point of the Myst franchise, at least, if we don't know if that's true for this one or not, is that you look around and you piece together what the hell's going on your own, and yeah, write down notes and stuff as you go. But you don't normally try to like just wait for waypoints to show up or something. I guess I'll give up. I guess I'll try my hard mode. Worst case scenario, I start over or something.
Greetings. I'm Vamir, head scientist here on Olujay. I'm sure you're wondering why you've been torn from one reality and thrown into another. Basically, your arrival was foretold by an ancient spirit, and your mission will change the fate of the world. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Behind you, there is a key. It will operate the bridge to the Jalud station. Press the button to get inside. The Jalud will take you to Neyyah. In the name of Fazalta, your existence changes everything. Go to Neyyah. Save us all, like the Pelska foretold.
Alright. A somewhat Atris-y little vision, implying that you should be going and trying to do things. So many names dumped on you at once, with no real help to remember any of them, except for that the Neyyah is our goal, basically. When I move my mouse around, let's look up. 90 degrees. I think there's a forward arrow. Okay. So we can turn. Oh yeah, it's screen by screen. Okay. Can I click at that? No. Oh, we can look down. Okay. So, weird water down there. Almost looks like a reflection or window down to, like, Earth from space or something. Look up. Can't click on that thing. Look more up. Okay. Look more up. So we are in a big dome. There's a pretty regular looking sky overhead. Gotcha. But that does not look like a reflection of the sky. So it's probably some weird water. Oh, if I look up here, there's like a weird... Looks like a pod racer announcer station. What's this device? Oh, the bridge key. It's mine. I took it. Oh, that's Neyyah. Okay. Time, 1 hour ago. Portal activated, sensor detected, connecting Orion to system. Successful connection. Less than an hour ago. Searching for target. Target successfully located. Initiating teleportation. Teleportation in progress. Stable vortex. Final phase initiated. Stable vortex. Teleportation successful. Disconnecting portal from Orion. The old one has arrived. Uh-huh. The old one has like a cosmic horror kind of vibe to it, but the timeline of the narrative here seems to imply that I'm the old one. Like the old one is the name of the protagonist as opposed to like the stranger and whatnot. Wild? Okay. So you can zoom into the vision itself, but these buttons you can't click on? Nope. Something's missing right here. And there's another little plate here, it looks like. Can't get any closer, though. Maybe something goes in there at some point? This looks broken right here. But yeah, I think this might be the teleporter that I arrived here from, since he said that I apparently have been ripped from another reality. I guess it's supposed to be how this thing started off. Akin to the stranger falling into mist. But that actually wasn't the plot of that, right? The little preview of the stranger falling was actually the starry expanse, which is a bit different. Oh no! The beginning of Myst was Atris falling, then dropping the book to fall through the starry expanse on into, was it Nevada, Utah, Arizona? The southwest of the United States. We have a staircase over here. Can't, or something like that. Can't go over to it or anything. That's about all we're gonna get from this starting platform. If I were to guess, this was a little tutorial to have you look around with the hopes that you'd find the bridge key. So if you went forward first, as would be many people's instinct, they would find they can't do anything. Because they actually need to get this bridge key in order to continue. How do I gear? E, spacebar, enter, tab, escape. Okay. Controls. Oh my god. Inventory. Okay, I is inventory. There's also faster travel? Not fast travel, faster travel. I wonder what that means. Paita case and Pelska portal. Uh-huh. So case is C, portal is P, inventory is I. I don't know if we have any of those buttons yet, though. Let's see, C. Let's go back. C, P, no. Alright, but I do have I. There we go. I will say that the visual design seems really on point for, like, the environment. The interface feels a little less on point. It just looks weird, the font and whatnot. There's just this looks a little strange to me compared to the surrounding aesthetic of the game. Also a noticeable departure in that, like, your first reflex would be to compare this to Myst, which is notably a franchise basically defined by its lack of inventory. It is a pretty big inventory. So this will be more of a point-and-click adventure game in the traditional sense, but via the presentation popularized by the Myst games. It looks like. Spooky bridge. funny button. Oh. Uh-huh. Hope I don't get locked in here. I can turn around. Did the door lock behind me? It definitely seems like I'm that closed or something. Okay. There's creepy hooks along the walls here. And that is an island in the middle of the ocean. Obviously evocative. Someone's gonna get mad at me for saying the word Myst so often in this playthrough, I'm sure, but it's a... I mean, it's an unavoidable comparison when you see this visual, which looks like the cover of Myst. Alright, let's see. So we're gonna be going in portals to other worlds. A huge chamber. I'm not sure if there's anything to do in here, though, besides the obvious thing. Uh-huh. Do we have, like, portal bathyspheres? Press the right button. I think this is a somewhat compressed FMV. That's a bit of fun. They actually might have fully committed to the entire game being two-dimensional images and pre-rendered cutscenes. I think I see compression and stuff, which I can be more sure of, and you guys are... It's hard for you to judge because you're watching a video. The whole thing's an FMV from your perspective. So we have a big ocean island with big ol' mushrooms. And get out of here. A cable. Alright, so we are... Yeah. On a beach. A familiar sort of like a biomechanical setup. Lots of big nature vistas, but signs of machinery and interference. This looks like a button, but I can't get closer, I don't think. So we'll maybe not think about that for now. You again. Can I look down at it? I can't necessarily look down at it. Oh, hello. Is that just called the bathysphere if it's not here? There's so many buttons. Is this the same button as that button? I'm not... The perspective seems inconsistent. Like I'm not standing that close to it. So it shouldn't be on the left side of my screen when I turn over here. So I'm not... But I think that might be the same button. Let's see, if I turn this way, is there one? Yeah, so when I get to this perspective, I'm standing closer, but when I'm at this perspective, they're further away. Okay. So our turning is not always from the same... We're not always sitting in the same spot when we turn from this game's perspective. So we once again have a weird depression and this little bowl like we had at the beginning, which I would think implies that something goes in it to maybe activate that thing. But I currently have no items of any kind. What is your deal? Oops. Do you have a little dish sticking out? What's that? What's that little dish? It seems like it's not there when I get closer. There's lights, but I don't think I can do anything right now. Three jug puzzle? Definitely seems to imply that we need like a third one of these guys. I think that the gear icon, because I can't left click or right click or anything to activate anything when the gear icon shows up, so I think it's just a hint that I need to get an inventory item out in order to continue. So we're looking for like a green crystal thing. So we can go left or right. Along the left is going to take us to a weird portal thing. I have the most clever words. An eyeball visual again. Okay. A lighthouse-ish tower. Like, maybe that one? So you can often look up. There are distant islands. Although, unlike Riven, we don't have an obvious rail connecting each one. There's a wall here, a really tall wall. Maybe to keep the water out, or maybe just to keep creatures or people out. Kind of looks like there might be water behind it, but I can't tell. Not from here. Dare we climb these stairs? Oh yeah, there's definitely water in here. Big ol' mushrooms. I can't look at the spout that was to my left. I was curious if that would matter. Oh. Okay. We have 4 little cubbies and a snake S thing. More of a reverse S. Ah, we have writing. Well, I'm not going to really have the means to translate that right now, but it seems like we're going to be thinking about that kind of stuff. Is that a switch? It is. I almost missed that. That's very small. So we have a lever. Can I turn around and face it from this side? Nope. The act of spinning around makes me be further away from the door than I was. Okay. So the way that you turn around is a little weird sometimes. Is that a thing? That's just a weird knob. Let's try the other side. I'll have to go further in first. This is all beautiful. They did a good job trying to recreate like the hyper-textured visuals of Riven, where it was all kind of heavily based on actual photographs. More strange technology. It feels like this kind of game has to take an eternity to make with the style. Yeah. Okay. Little greenish blocks. I wonder if they might run all the way through, because I'm looking for green, like, not slabs, but, you know, something for that other machine. Don't know if I have the right word for it. The top of it looks interesting, but it won't let me look at it, which feels weird. We can look at either side. Oh, and they open. There's a left and a right side of this thing, and my icon says there's a down arrow into a box. Trondy. Okay, we can set numbers. It's a small thing, but I can tell the numbers don't match the perspective of the background. Alright, so there's some system through which we'll figure out what numbers to put in before we choose what to put here. Okay, top of a circle and then a full circle. Oh, I can take them. I can take the Tron defuses. Top of a circle, full circle, left and right. Overlapping music. Okay, so I can always put them back because the boxes straight up just say which ones are supposed to be where. I don't think there's a puzzle about rearranging them because they seem to just match up already. But they let me pick them up, which makes me wonder if I'll want to do that. Nyashka Site 28. Enter. Jalud transport. Oh god. System data intercepted. New message received from Vamir. I wish I could speak more on the importance of your arrival has on our world, but it's unsafe, and time is running out. The best I could do was send you to Neyyah. Neyyah, I think it was. It would provide you the safest route to the Jalud docking station, where you must meet me. Enter the portal you have arrived at and find the lab. There's another Jalud transport pod there. Board it. The code to the power of the portal is located at... Signal interference, data recovery failed, message corrupted. Okay. Enter the portal you've arrived at to find the lab. There's another Jalud transport pod there. Board it. Okay. So they have these... The bathyspheres are called Jaluds, and they take you between worlds. And they're not trying to stop me from going somewhere. They want me to come to save them, but they only have one route, and it's not direct at all. And things are breaking, I guess. Jalud transport pod, color registration code required. Successful Jalud transport pod landing. Color registration verified. Registration should be visible at all times. You are advised to check the Jalud transport pod after landing has commenced. This is the message from Vamir. Yep. That's over there. Color code. Uh-huh. Oh, we have a lot of colors. Okay, so I need to figure out what the Jalud transport pod's color system is in order to proceed. It seems like that thing itself is like scanning my eyes for like my own color code, maybe? That button doesn't seem to have done anything. Big old double ring, 2 lines, little, it's like a TIE fighter. I don't think that it's going to summon a new one. Did I see this one at the beginning? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I already wondered about you. Is it apparent at all what your colors... Oh. Red, blue, green, yellow, I think. I'm back. Ooh, okay. Immediately does something. Portal activated. Destination Glorofiak Mines. New message from Vamir. Nope, same one. Okay. Okay, so we got the code in. It's not so bad. You think it could just scan the existing Jalud So is this portal the one that's activated now? Boy, howdy, is it? Whoa. Alright, well, I'm ignoring that. Because isn't there like a whole direction I haven't gone in yet? So I'm obviously curious about that. Let's see, did the portal deactivate? Yeah, so that they don't have to render images where the portal's active from over this this perspective. Because that would be a pain in the ass. And there's still this structure over here. Alright, levers consistently don't do much so far. They're not fond of working. Alright, this kind of looks like a well. Water pump. Doesn't want to do anything right now. We have pipes going all about. Uh-huh. What does that symbol mean? CPI. I have 3 fuses. Not sure if any of them should really work here. A little 4-part thingy and a twisty thingy. None of my buttons want to do anything right now. Okay, so I think we're going to be coming back here because there's a variety of things that mechanically don't seem to do anything yet. And there's a whole language to translate. Don't know if it's numbers or letters actually. But there was something above that door that we don't know the meaning of yet. Whereas I seem to already have access to going through here. So why don't we do just that? Skadoosh. We are now in a cave. The mines that were mentioned. There's debris covering that door over there. Climb on down. I can head over to the debris, it looks like. Yep. Just a big old rock in the way. And it's from up there. Well, there's continuity of environment right there, just fine. And what are we going to do in here? Whatever's on those walls must not matter because I can't look at them. We can look through the grate to see that there's a passageway through here, but I can't do anything with the door itself, I don't think. At some point that'll open up, I guess. Was it Golofiak? Golofiak mines, shaft operations, cargo checked. Process metal for harbor watchtower. Awaiting transfer to shaft. Signed. Let's see the rest of that. Signed Carol Pelleray. 7/4/4231. Okay, so a lot of it's in plain English, but then the shafts are named strange symbols. So we're in like shaft fish hook or crook, and we need to go to shaft hairpin. Or this does, at least. I definitely could be aimlessly taking notes of everything, but right for now, we don't have a ton of idea of which things are going to be significant in terms of puzzles yet. Very bright green thing I don't think I can approach. Ooh. Stegosaurus pangolin cat? Okay. We have wildlife. And very strange capillary looking electrical wires around here. That can't be an efficient way of putting those out. I think the civilization might run entirely on the rule of cool. Chance to go back outside though. That's a wild looking building. Okay, so like do the red crystals make things float? Makes them look like rocket fuels burning or something, but it's just like some floating things with the crystals. This whole visual is wild. Okay. What's that? Okay, so I came from here. So this is a whole new land. Maybe one of the distant islands in the same planet, if this all takes place in the same planet. That's also a beautiful landscape right there. There's a broken catwalk up there. A lot of stuff looks like it's not really going anywhere. These cables don't look attached to anything. These planks are also a bit DIY, just kind of thrown in there afterwards. These doors look like they're blown off. That's not how doors are supposed to work. So something's happened around here. Twould seem. Got a little bucket. Strange little rock spot. Little picnic spot. Just stands out as like having almost like a purpose of its own. Curious. Can I turn around here too? Nope, that's just 180 right there. So I can specifically look back and forth over there, but not here. As if it's significant separately. Bucket and maybe a chain down here. Don't know if any of that matters, or whoever will. Take a look in here. Golorfiak mines, shafts, fishhook, hairpin, and mew. I don't remember that's what that's called actually. Name Lute Nethim. Urnturpi. Ooh, we have these other symbols too. Vamir Dehili. Jakil Tili. And then the symbols again. So we have multiple written languages in different styles. They're all in clearly different fonts to give you an idea that they're different, that they're written by different hands. And Vamir is the person that we've met, I believe. So we have check-in and check-out time signatures. We don't know what to do with this information yet, but it's there. What's what is going on there? So all of the people writing in our language, I guess I'll put it that way, they use numbers, but the people writing with this like caret arrow style, the first person seemed to write everything down with similar symbols, but then the second person that did that, they wrote their check-in date as 11.2 and then kind of smudged and scribbled and started writing in the other way. Then down there it shows like, I see the fishhook, not the fishhook, the hairpin again. Yeah, it's not clear what's going on with the, they seem to go back and forth between different writing styles. It's also really hard to read the per time that this Yakil left. It kind of looks like it says like 14 something, which is 24-hour clock. But it might not say that. It might say something else than 5 p.m. Notes. Is that Gunther? I'm just going to have to switch to the other one. Urintour. Okay. Urintour returning in a couple days / fix on gate may require new cable. To clarify, Ruli checked in at 11:26. Ruli. So one of them is named Ruli. It appears that Ruli is the last person because the check-in dates would have to be chronological because you're filling in the next part of the sheet chronologically. You go from top to bottom, obviously, and the check-in date would determine when you take the next column, the next row of the sheet for yourself. Obviously, it wouldn't be based on checkout date because you don't know when that's going to be. That's detached from when you originally claimed the row. So between the two people that write with the carrots, the second one of them must be Ruli because the previous person checked in at 10:20 a.m. It really checked in at 10:26. So I guess they tried to write it using the numbers the other people use, but don't know them very well, so they got confused by 6. Notify visitors to keep their preferred language. May need to speak with Vamir about Smolak's shift operation, causing too much confusion amongst Fezaltians. Signed, Carol Pelleray, 7/4/4231. The Fezaltians are what you call the people that read the other language. Those bullets? Because they look like bullets. What use do they have for bullets here, I wonder? We see a shimmering portal up there. That's probably important. Probably gonna want to go check that one out over there. Upsettingly unattached guardrails. Everything just feels very precarious around here. What is that? Seems like it might be like a spy camera sort of thing, like some kind of way of like looking out at the outside world. Too low for the portal, so it's probably for checking the weather maybe, or just seeing outside on some level. Doesn't seem like it's very good for like looking at visitors. Hello. Golorfiak Mines Golocraft Hangar. That's the craft. Golorfiak Metal Levitation Units. Maintenance checks to complete. Golorfiak Propulsion Units fans/coolants. Console cables must be fastened to inner roof pumps. No overhanging cables / clear view for pilot. Smooth throttle / brake systems and fast steering rod operations. Warm up engines for 5 minutes before executing takeoff. Console / throttle. Console throttle / brake system. I take that's the throttle, that's the brake, because that's what throttles tend to look like on a boat and whatnot. Oh no, that's the throttle and the brake. Forward is throttle, backwards is brake probably, and then that's the steering rod joystick. Got it. That makes sense. Let's see, Golocraft hangar systems. Rooftop needs to be opened fully for craft to begin levitation. Lever system opens hangar roof. Activates air conditioning system / opens vents. Internal backup power generator. I'm sure we'll be able to figure this out. It's another one. Craft patrol positions for the Elopolite shield. Inactive state and active state. So it's either just a big ol' tower, like a radio tower looking thing, or it has like a crazy electric, like a energy dome around it. In active state, there's 2 armed crafts, hover at the same height as the plasma fountain flute system, await plasma fountain bulb activation. Active state, 2 armed crafts, start separation, fly out from plasma fountain bulb until completely shrouds the harbor, patrol harbor before returning back to Glorific Mines. So the bulb activates and the crafts separate and patrol. The whole harbor, really. Okay. Don't know why I want to know that yet, but we'll see. Oh, and that's a machine. That's distinctly missing maybe a lever here? I don't know if my fuses are going to be very relevant anytime soon. There's a whole craft in here. But before I mess with that, I think I'm going to take a break for now. Right around now is where I'd usually end an episode, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take a break. If you guys want to check out the rest of this series, if you're here while this is new, you can probably watch future episodes on my Patreon or by becoming a channel member to watch ahead. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in a day or two for the next episode, and we'll have a few episodes a week as the show plays out. And if you're here in the distant future, then yeah, check out the link in the description for a playlist where you can check out the rest of this this playthrough that's probably complete by now. And feel free to check out my playthroughs of all of the various Myst games while you're at it. But thanks for watching like always, guys, and I'll see you next time.